So I thought I'd revisit multi-bend tab. Multi-bend tab enables you to create a single feature from effectively a flat pattern, a sketch in the flat. So what I have here, I have an assembly. I have what I've called a fixed ring, which is just some structure that I'm going to connect my cable clips, which are just in space at the moment. That's where they need to be for this particular design, and I want to anchor them down using a sheet metal bracket down to this fixed ring. So the very first thing we need to do, because I'm going to create wavelinks between individual components here, is to make sure in modeling that automatic work part change is turned off. I don't want to go selecting a reference from a part and have work part change. So just make sure that's off for this workflow. So I'm going to start with my clip bracket, which is an empty part. I've got nothing in here. And I'm going to start my tab command. So just so that I'm starting from the beginning here, I'm just going to reset dialog memory. So all the dialogues are set to default. And in my part here, my clip bracket, my preferences are I'm using a 1.5 material thickness and a bend radius of 3. So first things first, we start our tab command, and I must select my multi-bend reference first. And what I'm going to do is to select, I'm going to create a bracket from these two fixing holes up to this clip. I'm going to change my selection scope to be entire assembly and make sure that interpart link is turned on if you want this to update dynamically. And I'm going to select that face. And it reminds me that a link is going to be added. So if we just take a look at that, we can see the link face has been added in the part. Now we're going to sketch on this face here, and I'm going to pick up on this hole. And for multi-bend tab, what we need to remember is always have the sketch orientation such that the bend is in the upwards direction. So I'm going to reverse this plane normal such that I'm sketching in this direction, and we're ready to go. So what you'll see has happened, if I just rotate this round, you'll see the reference that I selected from the clip has been projected down onto the sketch plane, and my bend center line and bend tangent lines have been created. So from this we can then go ahead and create our two-dimensional sketch, which is going to form our bracket, and we'll let the command take care of the bend location to make everything work. So I'm going to select create some circles, but first I'm going to include these three references here, and I'm going to create a circle, make that one diameter 4, and I'm going to create a circle on this one, and I'm going to make that 5 and another 5 there. Okay, so I've got my holes for my fixings, and now I'm going to create the profile of the bracket. So here I'm just going to sketch a diameter 10, okay, and within active sketch, line command, pick up on the boundary, and we can see that we've got a tangent constraint. This is going to infer a tangent constraint as well. Point on curve, and I go round and I do that for all three. Tangent, point on curve, and then T for trim. And there we have our two-dimensional flat pattern version of the bracket. I hit OK, and the bracket's been created. Now we've got to take care here because I sketched in the upward direction. We've got material interference, so the thickness direction needs to be reversed. And there we have our finished part. Now, the reason for the interpart link, of course, is once that's created, if I happen to move a component, if this clip moves, and maybe I adjust its position and its angle, hit OK, and we can see our bracket automatically updates, and I can do the same for the other end. Let's run through that now to show the process once more, and I'll speed that up. And then we have the brackets created for the clips, and of course, just as I did with the other one, I can move this one and the bracket will update accordingly, irrespective of how I move this around. Okay, multi-bend tab.